What if the quiet of this night wasn't a sign of absence, but an invitation? So often, we see the stillness as emptiness. But in God's presence, night becomes sacred. The hush after the day's noise is not a void to be feared. It's a space where heaven draws near, where your soul can finally exhale. This isn't just another evening. It's a chance to lay down what you've been carrying and pick up peace. Real peace. God's peace. So, before sleep wraps around your body, let the Spirit wrap around your heart. Take a deep breath, friend. You are not alone in this night. Join me in prayer, and let's step together into the holy quiet where God speaks, heals, and stays. Let's step gently into the quiet of this evening, not with fear or loneliness, but with expectancy. Expectancy that God, in His infinite gentleness, is already here, waiting for you to notice His nearness. These scriptures aren't just phrases for reflection. They're invitations into divine reality. They are more than text. They're testimony. Each one unwraps a different facet of God's presence, and tonight, we let them wrap around us like warmth for the weary soul. Psalm 4:8 speaks peace over us. In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. This verse doesn't come from a place of ease, but from experience. David penned these words while surrounded by uncertainty, yet somehow he slept. Not because life made sense, but because God was his shelter. Psalm 4:8 reminds us that peace is not the absence of conflict. It's the presence of confidence. Confidence in a God who guards even while we sleep, who stands watch when we're no longer able to keep our eyes open. To dwell in safety is not just about physical space, it's spiritual placement. It's knowing your heart is nested in the arms of the Almighty. No enemy can enter there, no fear can overtake you there. Tonight, as you rest, remember that your safety is not manufactured by your own hands. It's maintained by His. Peace isn't something you force, it's something you receive. This kind of peace is more than a feeling. It's a declaration that, even in the darkest hour, the light of God's faithfulness surrounds you. His promises are your shield, His nearness your comfort, His love your covering. When you lie down, you are not simply ending a day. You are entering into a sacred trust, a holy pause where God stands watch, and your soul finds sanctuary. Inhale slowly, then exhale the need to figure it all out. God is not calling you to solve. He is calling you to sleep in the sanctuary of His care. Let this be your lullaby. You alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. John 14:27 gently assures us, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives." Jesus wasn't talking about circumstantial peace. He was handing us a living, breathing promise. His peace. John 14:27 reminds us that we don't have to wait for our environment to calm before we find calm within. This peace is durable. It doesn't crack under pressure. It doesn't waver in the waiting. It doesn't withdraw when tears fall. It stays. The world offers distraction. Jesus offers deep stillness. The world numbs. Jesus restores. This peace is internal armor against external chaos. It is not a reward for spiritual perfection. It's a gift of grace. You don't earn it. You receive it. And once it settles into your soul, it roots you like a tree beside still waters, unmoved by storms. This peace transforms your inner landscape. It does not ask permission to enter. It arrives with authority, calming every wave that rises against your mind. Tonight, if your mind is racing, if your heart is anxious, let this truth be your still point. His peace is present and personal. It's not abstract. It has a name, and that name is Jesus. Say this aloud: "Your peace, not mine. Your calm, not my control." Receive what's already been given. You are not empty. You are filled with His breath, His love, and His peace. Exodus 33:14 reminds us with quiet confidence, "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." God doesn't offer a formula for rest. He offers Himself. Exodus 33:14 invites us to see that the greatest promise isn't in the destination, but in the one who walks beside us on the way. Rest isn't always about physical sleep. Sometimes it's about knowing you don't have to carry the world. You were never meant to. God's presence is not distant or conceptual. It is tangible and near. He walks beside you through every hallway, every highway, every hospital room, every quiet cry in the night. This promise doesn't erase your struggle. It enters into it. It is God saying, "You don't need to hold this alone." When your resources run dry, when your strength is spent, when your hope feels paper thin, He still goes with you. Rest comes not from resolution, but from relationship. This rest cannot be imitated by sleep alone. It's deeper, more sacred, a type of restoration only heaven can offer. If you're tired from being strong all day, know that God doesn't expect you to stay strong tonight. He expects you to rest in Him, and in that sacred resting, He renews your soul. Isaiah 43:2 offers a courageous comfort. "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you." Waters can mean anything: stress, grief, fear, change. But Isaiah 43:2 reminds us of this simple truth. Where the flood rises, so does God's closeness. It doesn't say the waters won't rise. It says they won't overwhelm you because God is with you. Not just beside, but within. Not just watching, but holding. He doesn't promise ease, but He does promise endurance. He walks into the storm, not to observe, but to carry, to fight for you, to remind you that the flood cannot undo the foundation of His faithfulness. You are not failing if you feel like you're drowning. You're human. But even then, God is your oxygen. He is your life raft. He is your rescue. This is not just poetic encouragement, it's eternal reality. He has marked the depths, He has measured the waters, and He has said, "You will not be swept away." Each drop that threatens to drown you has already been numbered and limited by the One who holds the sea. Tonight, if you're gasping, let His word be your breath. Whisper, "You are with me," over and over until your soul believes it more than your fear does. Zephaniah 3:17 invites us to imagine something holy. The Lord your God is with you. He will quiet you with His love. He will rejoice over you with singing. Of all the ways God could relate to us, as ruler, judge, master, this verse offers a tender truth. He sings, not over angels, not over creation, but over you. Zephaniah 3:17 reveals a God who isn't just mighty, but intimate. His song isn't distant thunder. It's a lullaby for the soul. It quiets the panic. It softens the tension. It rewrites every anxious melody with chords of divine affection. You are not merely tolerated. You are treasured. The Creator doesn't just watch your sleep. He celebrates you in it. His singing is steady, even when your mind is not. His joy is constant, even when yours flickers. His love is louder than your fear, gentler than your shame. This is not sentiment, it's sovereignty expressed in gentleness, its majesty stooping down to cradle humanity. Imagine that tonight. Close your eyes, and picture him at your bedside, humming hope over every anxious thought. You are not forgotten. You are found in melody, in mercy, in majesty. Let that song carry you into sleep. Let it silence every inner critic. Let it hush every unfinished worry. These scriptures are not passive. They are power. They do not wish you peace. They walk you into it. They do not simply comfort. They awaken truth. You are not facing the night alone. You are wrapped in a promise, cradled in love, and carried into morning by the God who never slumbers. Sleep in the shelter of His presence. Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, as night falls and the world slows its pace, I come before you with every fiber of my being, alert to your presence. I don't want to end this day with noise or numbness. I want to end it with you. Lord, tonight, I don't just want to say a prayer. I want to meet with you. I want to lay my soul bare before the one who knows it completely. I want to stop pretending I'm strong and admit that I'm often tired, stretched thin by demands, afraid of things I don't say out loud. Sometimes, the silence of night amplifies my fears. Thoughts I buried during the day rise like waves, regrets, missed opportunities, words I shouldn't have said, wounds I wish would heal faster. Lord, tonight, I invite you into this mental battleground. Don't just observe, intervene. Be the stillness that steadies me when my mind races. Be the clarity that cuts through confusion. Be the whisper in the darkness that reminds me I'm not abandoned. God, I don't want to carry today into tomorrow without your cleansing. Wash me with your word. I open up the doors of my memory and invite you into the rooms I've shut. Heal what is hidden. Restore what is broken. Silence what shames me. Uproot what doesn't belong. Don't just touch the surface. Transform the depths. Father, I know what it feels like to smile while unraveling on the inside. I know what it feels like to perform well publicly and fall apart privately. But you know the version of me no one sees, and you still call me beloved. So here I am, not perfect, not polished, but present. Wrap me in the warmth of your nearness. Let it be tangible, thick, undeniable. Enter this room, this night, this moment. Be the loudest presence in my life right now. If my thoughts drift, pull me back to you. If my emotions rise, anchor me again in your truth. If I feel weak, remind me that my weakness is a welcome mat for your strength. Lord, I confess, some nights I dread sleep because sleep means surrender. And surrender is scary. I like control. I like to know. I like to plan. But tonight, I'm choosing to trust that when I sleep, you don't. You don't slumber or sleep. You don't leave me vulnerable to the dark. You surround me with songs of deliverance. You command angels to stand guard. So tonight, I rest. Not because I'm tired, but because I'm safe. Not because the world is calm, but because you are near. Not because I've done everything right, but because you are endlessly good. Speak over me while I sleep. Seal your promises deeper in my soul. Remind me that nothing about this day, no failure, no fear, no falling short, can separate me from your love. I surrender to you the things I can't change tonight. The people I worry about, the outcomes I can't predict, the emotions I can't name, the questions I can't answer. I leave them at your feet, knowing you don't just handle what's heavy, you carry it. Tonight, Lord, quiet the voices that aren't yours. The voice of guilt, remind me I am forgiven. The voice of shame, remind me I am redeemed. The voice of fear, Remind me I am protected. The voice of doubt. Remind me you are faithful. Cover me with your mercy like a weighted blanket of grace. Let me dream dreams that are born of heaven. Let me wake up not just refreshed, but reawakened. Give me spiritual clarity in the morning that began tonight in surrender. God, I release my need to figure it all out. I release my need to be strong for everyone. I release my grip on outcomes, people, timelines, and expectations. I choose to rest in your sovereignty. Hold my heart in the hush of your presence. Sing over me songs of renewal. Let the rhythm of your faithfulness be the beat that calms my spirit. Even if this day wasn't perfect, you are. Even if I wasn't enough, you are always more than enough. Lord, tonight, I come tired from striving and empty from pouring. I come to surrender. I surrender the conversations I replay in my head, trying to rewrite them differently. I surrender the people I couldn't reach, the problems I couldn't solve, and the moments I wish I had handled better. Tonight, I release the illusion that I can control outcomes. I let go of the need to have all the answers. I open my clenched fists and offer you everything I've gripped too tightly. Lord, I know what it feels like to fake strength when I feel fragile. I know the exhaustion of smiling while feeling overwhelmed. There are times when my heart is loud with questions I don't even know how to ask. I try to stay composed for others, try to be dependable, try to be unshaken. But when I close the door, when the lights go off, when no one else is looking, you see it all. And tonight, I'm done hiding. You don't need my performance, you desire my honesty. So here it is. My stress, my sadness, my confusion, my fatigue. I bring them all to your feet. I give you every unfinished task, every decision I deferred, every email left unanswered, every plan that fell through. I give you the anxiety I masked with productivity. I give you the grief I smiled over. I give you my questions about what's next and my fears about whether I'm falling behind. God, I'm tired of pretending I'm fine when I'm not. I'm tired of carrying what you've already offered to take. I don't want to survive my days. I want to live them. I don't want to manage chaos. I want to walk in peace. And I believe that peace isn't found in a perfect to-do list, but in a surrendered heart. Tonight, I choose surrender, not as a sign of weakness, but as an act of trust. I trust that you know what I don't. I trust that you see what I can't. I trust that you're working, even in what feels delayed, denied, or derailed. You are not in a hurry, and I am not too late. Take this heart, this night, this breath, and let them rest in your will. I let go of what I couldn't fix today. I release the pressure to be perfect. I give you my past failures and future unknowns. God, I know I can't sleep well if I'm still carrying burdens meant for your shoulders. So tonight, I hand them over. The child I worry about, the job I'm unsure of, the relationship I don't understand, the body that won't heal, the finances that stress me, the dreams that feel distant. You see it all, and you care, not just about what I do, but about how I feel. Let that truth be the pillow my soul rests on tonight. Father, send your presence into this room like a quiet flood. Let your peace wrap around me and hush the voices of fear. Silence every what if with the certainty of your promises. Be the calm in my chest when anxiety tries to rise. Be the voice that says, I've got you, when everything else feels unstable. I invite you to sit with me here in the dark, not to rush me, not to fix me, but to simply be near. There's healing in knowing you're close. Protect this space. Protect my peace. Guard the doorposts of this room with your angels. Let nothing harmful cross the threshold. No spiritual attack, no intrusive fear, no oppressive thought. Lord, I ask you to stretch your hand over everyone I love tonight. For those I can't hug them with your arms. For those I can't reach them with your spirit. Watch over their dreams, their homes, their hearts. Let your presence be their covering too. And for those who are praying this with me through Peace in Spirit, let them feel you right now. Let them feel seen, understood, and safe. You know the stories behind the tears they haven't shed yet. You know the battles they're fighting silently. You know the fatigue that coffee can't fix. You know the weight of pretending to be okay. Remind them, remind me, that we don't have to carry it alone. Lord, as I rest, I ask not just for sleep, but for restoration. Renew my strength, like the dew that touches the ground each morning. Let my soul rise tomorrow, not with dread, but with purpose. I don't want to wake up and brace myself for the world. I want to wake up ready to walk with you. Prepare my heart for what I can't see yet. Make me sensitive to your spirit, quick to obey, and slow to fear. Let me face tomorrow with faith, not anxiety. Replace worry with wonder. Breathe fresh life into my calling. Remind me that you're not finished with me. I am not behind. I'm being prepared. I am not forgotten. I'm being formed. I am not defeated. I'm being deepened. I speak over my tomorrow. It is held by God. It is shaped by grace. It is filled with new mercies. It is not limited by today's weakness. It is anchored in eternal hope. And if I wake up to another ordinary day, remind me that even the ordinary can be sacred. Thank you for being the God who doesn't just visit me in my victories, but meets me in my mess. I don't have to earn your presence. I don't have to impress you to be loved. I don't have to explain myself to be accepted. You are here, and that changes everything. So, I lay down tonight, not with a list of things to do, but with a heart at rest. Not with a plan, but with a person. Not with perfection, but with peace. Thank you for loving me exactly as I am, and too much to leave me there. I surrender again and again and again, until surrender becomes my rhythm, and peace becomes my home. In the precious name of Jesus, Amen. Friend, before your eyes begin to close and your body gives way to sleep, let me ask you something from one heart to another. What have you been silently carrying all day? Maybe it's a fear you didn't voice out loud or a decision that keeps looping in your mind. Maybe you smiled through dinner, gave the world your best, but deep down, you're exhausted from pretending to be okay. I know what it's like to lie in bed and feel like your mind won't quiet down, even when the room finally does. Maybe your anxiety doesn't look like panic. Maybe it looks like control, overthinking, overplanning, feeling like you always have to have it together. And if you don't, you feel like you're falling behind. You scroll past someone else's progress, their peace, their perfect life, and you wonder, why does it feel like everyone else is moving forward while I'm stuck spinning in circles? But let me tell you this, God is not looking at your pace. He's looking at your posture. If your heart is bowed toward Him tonight, even trembling, even uncertain, He counts that as faith. You don't need to be impressive. You just need to be honest. And honesty sounds like, God, I'm tired. I don't know how to carry this. Can you take it from me? You see, peace isn't found in perfection. It's found in proximity. And God is near. So, breathe. You don't have to solve the mystery of tomorrow tonight. You don't have to make up for what you didn't finish. You don't have to impress God with flawless prayers. You just need to open the door of your heart a little wider and say, "Come in, Lord. Sit with me in this silence." And now, let your soul hear what God might be whispering to you tonight. My child, I see how hard you try. I see the thoughts you never say aloud, the fears you bury beneath routine. I see the way you give, even when you feel empty. I know the battles you fight in your mind when no one else is watching. And I want you to know, you are not invisible to me. You are not behind. You are not too much. You are not failing. You are growing, even when the growth feels like loss, even when forward feels like falling apart. I am working in places you cannot see yet. In your silence, I am speaking. In your stillness, I am moving. In your weakness, I am strong. You don't have to keep proving yourself. You don't have to hold it all together. Let me be the one who holds you tonight. Let me fill the gaps. Let me comfort what hurts. Let me remind you that your value isn't based on how productive you were today. It's based on how deeply you are loved. You are safe with me. Your emotions are safe with me. Your fears are safe with me. Close your eyes, not in fear, but in faith. I am the same God who calmed storms with a word, who shut the lion's mouth, who stayed close in the fire. I will not leave you in your darkness. I will sit beside you until the morning light returns. I am not in a rush for you to get over your struggle. I want to walk through it with you. So rest now. I'll handle what you can't. I'll carry what is too heavy. I'll fight what tries to steal your peace. I'm not asking you to have answers. I'm just asking you to come to me. Let me love you to sleep tonight. Let that sink in for a moment. Don't scroll past it. Don't brush it off. Let His voice settle over your thoughts the way dusk settles over the earth. Gently, fully, completely. Because when God speaks peace, anxiety has no voice. And when He covers you, no darkness can reach you. So tonight, don't just lie in bed. Rest in His arms. Don't just fall asleep. Fall into His grace. The world will keep spinning. The clock will keep ticking. But for now, it's just you and God. And that's more than enough. If this prayer spoke to your heart tonight, I invite you to type in the comments, "I rest in your presence, Lord." Don't keep this peace to yourself. Share this moment with someone you love. Let them know God is near. And if you haven't yet, make sure to follow Peace in Spirit for nightly encouragement, Spirit-led prayers, and Bible-based peace to carry you into deep rest. This is more than a video. This is an encounter. This is your space to breathe, to heal, and to rest, completely wrapped in the love of God. Good night, and God bless you.